Hello, hello, hello. Who's in the room? Pop up. Hello, Georgia. Hey, Kim. Hey, Punya. I know it's been a while. I know. Hey, Danielle. Oh, my God. Tabby. Hey, Tabby's in the house. Woo, woo. Hello, Alien. Oh, my God. She actually made it. Hey, Miss Leo. How's it going, you lot? Let me know how you're all doing. Hey, Michelle. Boom, boom. In the house. How's it crack-a-lacking? Punya, I love lipstick. It's a fancy. It's a fancy. Thank you. I do like my red. Georgia, I missed you so much. My fairy godmother. Oh, Georgia, I missed you too, babe. Tabby, I'm still on my Taurus guy. Oh, whoop, whoop. Leave for home next week. Been here since end of June. Oh, wow. Have you had fun? It's been fun. I bet it's been fun. Bet that bed's knocked on that fucking wall more times than you've had hot dinners. I'm so jolly. Gina, okay, hope you're well. I'm good, Gina. Thank you, babe. Hey up, Lucia. Thank you. Feeling good. Feeling good, Merlin. Hey up, Marcus. Oh, do you know what? I'm so happy to see you all. I really am. Because I need to talk to you while I've got you all in one space. I really need to chat to you while I've got you in one space. Georgia, my health is on the up. Don't get me wrong. Like, after I had my loading shots, I had my loading shots over the course of 2 weeks. They were all sorted. Like, the nurses and my doctor was sort of like, you know, after those loading shots, you'll start to pick up. And I'd already felt myself picking up, as I told you. And she says, oh, you'll probably feel relatively like okay and on a level now with no major dramas until your next jab's due, because then it switches to every 3 months. After you've had the loading shots every other day, it switches to 3 months. And then, like, it's every 3 months for the rest of your life. And once, like, when I was talking to the nurse, and I was like, oh, great, so I'm gonna feel like this for like 3 months. She was like, yeah, you should do. And I'm like sat here now thinking, oh my God, my foot cramped the other day. I really hope it ain't fucking like wearing off so quickly. It shouldn't do. But then again, I was sort of on my feet just about all day. And I was trying to sort the garden out as well. So it could be neither here nor there. But I must admit, I gave myself a shock. But otherwise, actually, in myself, I feel really good. Like, my mind's clear. I'm actually sort of, how can I put it? I'm awake. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm awake. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, Michelle, Alex, this guy. Hey up, Nancy. Thank you, babes. I hope you're doing well, Nancy. Especially after our like conversation the other week. I really hope you're doing okay. I hope you made some good choices. Georgia. Oh, I got it. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Well, no, it's not. I mean, I do feel good now. It was just, I think it was just sort of like panic station moment, but I'm just sort of like, nah, okay, worried me slightly. Nothing's happened since. I'm sort of okay. Thanks, Marcus. Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I got informed that I'm going to have heart surgery in a year, maybe 2. Oh, Georgia, how the hell has that come about? I wish you the best of luck, my sweetheart. And you have to keep us all informed as to how you get on with that, you know. If you're still following me in a year or 2. Regardless, I still want to know how you get on. Yeah. Thoughts are definitely with you at this moment. Alien City Medium Tarot. Glad you're doing good. I'm doing good, my sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah. I bet you've all missed each other as well. I can see you all sort of collaborating in the chat. But you've all missed each other. Right, anywho, I need to talk to you. Let's get serious for a minute. You know, KK don't always like to do serious, but KK's got to get serious at the minute. We need to talk. So, I need to ask you the question. Whether, how can I put this? There's no right or wrong answer to this, and I'm absolutely like, I'm a bit paranoid, and I mentioned it the other day when I came on to do a coffee break, and apparently the notifications didn't go out. In other words, and I know that Marcus mentioned it before, those that have been clicking to be notified, you know, when you click the little bell and you obviously get notified when I go live. Some obviously have complained that they were no longer getting notifications. I can promise you now that is not on my part. When I go live, you know, I go live, especially if it's just chat, just so that I can sort of catch up. I know timing's not always brilliant, but I just want to know, how are you guys receiving those notifications, if at all? The one, it comes late, like how late? Because obviously I'm going to raise a complaint with YouTube about it. So I'd rather just hear from you guys. And if it's obviously I've got live feed chat, it sort of helps my case a little bit better to get to the bottom of why YouTube are doing this to my channel. Like 20 minutes or after the live is over. Bloody hell. Marcus. Yeah, I missed it last time. Got it on time today. Okay, brilliant. Glitter Sunflower. I watched on the laptop, but no notifications before. Nancy Lucci. USA A-OK. Okay, then. Tabby, mine just pops up on my phone. Marcus, I got it when it was over too late last time. So it's only a select few of you then. I'm wondering if YouTube is sort of purging the occasional subscriber and removing their notifications. I got a notification right when you became live. Okay. What I did today, I sort of published before I went on camera, I published the live feed about 20 minutes before I actually came on, because I wondered if it'd give you guys enough time, because I did wonder, are they not getting the notifications in time? I did wonder, so that's why I did that. So I suppose I'll just have to keep doing that if it helps. Yeah, it's hit and miss for me too. Some days it shows up on my phone, some days it doesn't. Right, okay. Okay. Clive's in the house, everyone. Woo, woo. Hey, Clive. How's it crack-a-lacking, sweetie? So, yeah, I'm going to still put the complaint in with YouTube, obviously, because it's not fair. Some of the lives I don't even get notified for, then I just see uploads. Right, what I'm going to say to you is, and if you don't want to do this, you completely don't have to. But what I will say to those who want those notifications for when because obviously now I'm on the mend, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me, especially with live chats, you know, live readings and stuff like that. For those who do want the notification, make sure, you know, I'd say at least once a month, that if you go to my channel anyway to check your tarot scopes, just double check that the notification bell's been clicked. If it hasn't, just click it. And obviously you'll know then if YouTube's purging. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I got that, but not right away. It was 5 minutes before you started. Right, okay. Yeah, it's international, the one. I do get that, yeah. But obviously, I'm putting it out there for those who don't want to miss, especially the Monday Fundays or any live readings as they actually happen, because tomorrow evening I'm going to be doing the rest of the earth signs, you know, and sort of working my way through the rest of the September monthlies. And if you don't want to miss it, make sure you click that notification bell. Are you going to do the mid-months next week? Yes, I'm going to do the rest of the monthlies this week, mid-months next week, and then I'll do an all signs end of month sort of update towards the last week of the month, and I'll sort of play it like that. Hey, Carol. Lovely to have you here as usual. I'm really, really pleased that I've got quite a few of you here now, so I was able to get that off my chest. I needed to. I definitely needed to. So anyway. Hey, Hayley. How's it going? I'm going to have a fag. Who's joining me? You know me. Ain't no wishy-washy here. It's what you see is what you get. I do like a cig, a cuppa, and a good natter with you lot for sure. But anyway, listen, what's the plan tonight? What's the plan tonight? So obviously we're going to be throwing some cards around live on air. I'm going to be reading for a few of you, and I'm going to get used to do a tarot quiz and the winners are going to get the free readings today. So yeah, we'll do another tarot quiz. I really did sort of shock myself with the idea when I came up with that, because I've not really noticed anyone else on YouTube doing that. And I think, and you know, if anything, it helps you, especially for those who probably don't otherwise have a good knowledge of the tarot. I suppose, you know, it helps everyone. And also when we're looking at certain cards, you get different perspectives on it as well, on certain meanings and stuff, which is always handy. So yes, we'll be doing a tarot quiz. Glitter Sunflower, how do I report not getting notifications? I mean, I'm going to put a report in anyway, but I suppose if any of you subscribers who have lost your notifications want to, you know, have your own say about it, you know, especially for those of you that, you know, I know most of you do, but, you know, for those that have been losing the notifications and really do take your tarot readings on YouTube, you know, quite seriously, and that's sort of your form of, I suppose, entertainment. You know, if it's something that you hold really dear and you really do look forward to those videos coming out as they come out, or wanting to watch them live, then yeah, you could put that through to YouTube and say, look, this is something that I like to watch, and I like to watch it live, especially if you like to interact with the reader, you know what I mean? It's definitely something that you know, if that's what you want to do, I suppose that's the way you probably put it forward. I'm old school, my Rider Tarot set. That's what I always use for these quizzes, because you can't really go wrong with the Rider Tarot. You can't really. Lots of tarot readers doing new different formats lately. I think that's wonderful. I think trying anything new is always a wonderful thing. And I love the fact that there's so much like new variety on YouTube as well. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, thank you, Miss Leo. Oh, much love to you too. Absolutely wonderful. I do appreciate those super chats, my sweetheart. Danielle Howard, Kay, do you have any advice on, I've been trying to cut the cords with my ex-kid's father, and every time I try to do, it comes into my dreams. I'm getting a song like Backstreet, Don't Leave Me, or other old song. I mean, obviously, you're just asking for my personal advice, aren't you? Maybe some of the other subs can help out with some advice for you as well, Danielle. So, it's kind of, I think personally, when we've got those kind of hang-ups on an ex, especially when there's still love there, Or there was love there and you're trying to make sense of how you feel about it now. I mean, I don't know, maybe my story might help to give you some advice with that. I left my son's dad, oh god, it was about 6 years ago now. And you know, I kind of didn't, I know I didn't love him anymore, but I was still stuck at that in-between phase, like, how do I cut this cord? Do I even want to cut this cord? You know what I mean? And I think, if I'm perfectly honest, like, through my experience, I just pushed myself to do anything I could to take my mind off him. And it does involve physical willpower. You know, a lot of the time, it really does feel like you've got to put physical willpower into it, to like force yourself to do anything else just to take your mind off it, because otherwise it can send you crazy, and that'll more than likely be why it's showing up in your dreams. I don't feel anything spiritual connected to what you just said as far as dreams are concerned. I feel that's more along the lines of maybe you're dreaming so much about him because maybe there's some unfinished business there, and maybe that unfinished business is more linked to closure and release more than anything, you know. And I just, you know, that's going to have to be my advice, is just to sort of really push yourself to do anything you can to take your mind off it. And, you know, sometimes allowing those dreams or flashbacks to happen, especially, you know, if you sort of, I don't know, sometimes it's also, you know, like if you get a flashback of really good times with that person and you automatically miss it. You don't necessarily miss the person, but you miss those moments, I suppose. You know, a lot of people sort of say, you know, they miss the cuddles on the sofa, they miss the kisses, they miss the sex, you know, and all the good stuff. And another thing I used to do is whenever I used to think about stuff like that, you know, all the really nice moments, and sometimes it would just pop in my head without me even realising it, or I'd do the same, I'd have dreams. I'd sort of force myself to think about the bad times. Like, you know, I know it sounds sort of like I just did. I just forced myself to think about the bad times, like for example, the times when we'd be sat cuddling and having a really, really nice moment, and then all of a sudden his phone would ring, but he'd have to get up and go out of the room. And you know how intuitive I am. I always knew that he was talking to somebody else. You know what I mean? I think there were about 4 different women by the time I'd sort of closed the chapter. And, you know, it's almost like knocking some sense into yourself, really. What's it called? Counterproduction, I think. Counterproductive or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like force yourself to think about the bad times to sort of counteract. That's what I was trying to say, to counteract the good times. So, yeah, that's what I was getting at. Well, hey, Donna. Yeah, Danielle, it's not good memories, though. It's the bad memories, like the pettiness and the fights, deceitful stuff. But in the dreams, I'm always rejecting him when he wants to come back. Yeah, I definitely say there's maybe some sort of an element of unfinished business in regards of closure. Maybe you're picking up, I mean, if there is, I don't think there is, but if there is anything spiritual to do with your dreams, it might be to do with the fact that maybe he needs more closure. You know, in the realization that you really aren't going back. You know what I mean? But like I say, I'm skeptical on that at the moment. Yeah, Clive, that's exactly what you need to do. Think about how shit they made you feel, or how awkward something was with your ex. Yeah. Marcus, sometimes in your dreams, they're bad memories of confirmation to cut it off. Yeah, I agree with Marcus. Could just be a sign that you did the right thing, especially if at some point you'd found yourself doubting yourself. I would definitely say it could just be confirmation, like Marcus says. And one more boyfriend. Oh, if we do a tarot quiz and a bit alien, and you get chosen for a right answer, I will answer that for you. I've got to make it fair to everyone, though, my sweetheart. Clive, yeah, that's happened to me. Yeah, so I hope that helps you moving forward anyway, Danielle. Yeah, as Marcus says, keep your head up. That's the thing I love about the Monday Funday, sort of, at least the chat group side of things, because we're all very supportive of each other. And, you know, if you're going through it, we're all going through it. We're all discussing it. We're all offering advice. We're all trying to sort of get you part of the funk that you might be in, you know what I mean? And that's just how it works. It's like when I do readings for people when I'm live on air, and this is good for the newbies to my channel to know. Hey Dee, you know, if I'm doing readings and they happen to be quite difficult or sensitive readings, you've not just got advice and guidance from me, you've also got a strong support network with everybody else who's here and watching as well. So we're a good little tarot community on a Monday. Afternoon for the US, evening for the UK. Exactly like Marcus says, we've all experienced something similar. You're definitely not alone. Like you guys, I've got to blow my nose. I must do this like every time I go live. I'm just sort of, at the minute, I'm just so bunged up. I always am bunged up. Excuse me. Oh dear. I've got terrible sinuses this time of year. And when I say this time of year, it seems to start in the spring and it don't even clear off until summer. The problem with that is, here in the UK, summer's been and gone. You know, technically, we're in fall now. We're in autumn. But it's now come out all over the papers that the UK's experiencing an Indian summer. You know, summer and autumn. So, you know, I mean, it's like today temperatures hit about 25 degrees earlier on this afternoon. And I was like, serious. Right. So, yes, kudos to Danielle. You stay strong, babe. I've got every ounce of faith in you. You'll get through this. Trust me. In a year's time, you'll probably look back and think, why the hell was I so concerned and bothered by the whole thing? That's how I feel now. I'll be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, it has been 6 years, but even after like 2 or 3 years of the whole thing, you know, eventually I kind of had to stop him coming round my house. I didn't stop him seeing my son, obviously. You know, I sort of laid it out. If you want to come and pick him up and take him out now, he's a bit older, fair dues. But I had to stop him coming in my house. It was coming in, demanding I put the coming in my house, demanding I put the kettle on, completely ignoring my son and coming straight for me. You know, if he wasn't talking about how shitty his relationship is, you know, thinking I was his best friend all over again. If he wasn't talking about that, you know, he was throwing little fucking sly innuendos at me. Eventually, girl's gonna get fucking pissed off with that shit. And now I look back on the whole thing and I think, fuck me, I really did have a lucky escape. You know what I mean? So, seriously, if you're struggling to get over and actually talking to the best fucking person, I did it and I'm over it. And I'm actually so happy. I'm here, I'm in my own little bubble, I'm good. That's how it should be. You know, I'm ready to move on. Not that I have fucking time at the moment, but you know how it goes. So, let's do this tarot quiz. Marcus, I love the fall. Give me 60 to 70 degree weather. Right. Tabby's ready for fall. Nancy, send it. It's Haiti's here. Oh, wow. Hey, listen, you guys. I don't know. It's not exactly, but I don't know. Here in the UK, it's not hit the papers, but I have a side hobby. Some of you might laugh at it, some of you might not, but just lately I've started gaining an interest in the jet stream and how the weather's changing. I mean, there have been so many volcanoes going off, earthquakes, you know, 6 magnitude upwards, cracking off like all over the world. And it's actually becoming quite a dangerous sort of state at the moment. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, who are on the East Coast, we're talking South Carolina up to New York, okay? Do any of you know there is a tropical storm headed straight for you by the end of this week? Yeah, you know, okay, good. It's okay. It's just that I was a bit sort of like, oh, this is quite a large storm. It's actually like half the size of the state of South Carolina. This thing is huge. You know, and it's sort of it's supposed to be pretty big. It is pretty big. It's huge. At the moment it's classed as a tropical storm because it's not quite hit hurricane formation yet, but it's still over warm water, so it could. Yeah, KK's actually been taking an interest in, you know, meteorology, believe it or not. Some of you guys, if you are that concerned about just how big this thing is, go to windy.com. Go to windy.com, set it over the Atlantic, and just what it's called Hurricane Florence, I believe, and just click. Well, what you need to do is you need to adjust the settings on the right-hand side panel. You want to go wind and then wind gust, so you can actually see it as the wind on the surface, because that's what's going to affect you. And if you set it to wind gust and then click play in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see this thing sort of move across and how it's progressing and growing. The thing is huge. Like I say, it's about half the size of the state of South Carolina. It's massive. Yeah, definitely. Trump not long ago gave a speech about preparedness. This month should be preparedness month. I do not think you guys should be ignoring him at this point, whether you like him or not, because this is the first of many. So according to meteorology and windy.com, you're going to get a series of them headed your way, and they seem to be being pushed north of the Caribbean. So they're not actually heading in towards the Gulf. They're actually coming up north towards the East Coast. This probably won't be the first. And so this isn't the first, and it's probably not going to be the last. So this is the first for this season, but it's not going to be the last for this season that you probably get. So just be aware of that. So yeah, just letting you guys all know. I'm worried about earthquakes in Cali. We are so overdue for a huge one. Yeah, well, there has been some rather large seismic activity, especially north of you guys, up Oregon, Alaska. I know there was one off the coast of Oregon which measured something like 6.5. And then there was another one in Alaska which measured something like 7.4 magnitude. So it wouldn't surprise me, but you guys can always keep up to date with any seismic activity. You can check recent earthquakes. Just go to Google and type in earthquakes. That's all you need to type in. Load it. It'll tell you all the recent earthquakes that have gone off. And for volcano activity, again, it's the same sort of system, but you can sort of go onto proper like ground radar, if you know what I mean, programs. I think you can Google them pretty easily if you're that concerned. Lulu, my son was in Anchorage when that hit. Bloody hell. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going down at the moment, you guys. But the thing is, what I want to point out, this whole, I'm sorry, some of you might agree with me, but I'm going to say it. It's, to say it's down to global warming is absolute bollocks, and I'm going to tell you why. Before I start this, I'm just going to have my say on this because it's ridiculous. Okay, and bear in mind, I'm intuitive. I know when someone's lying to me, and I know when I'm being lied to. You know, there's this whole thing about an awakening going on at the moment. And I think the more people actually listen to their own initiative, the better, instead of listening to every fucker else, the better. You know, the whole point of being a human being is that you don't do what you're told. You live by your own experiences, and that's what being a spiritualist is all about. But listen, global warming is bullshit. The Earth, for millions and millions of years, has gone through these meteorological global changes, and it's usually due to solar flares and stuff like that. Okay, the position of the Earth slightly coming off point in its axis happens, and it has happened over millions and millions of years, even before you had anything to do with greenhouse gases or cars, before anything like that hit the planet. Don't forget, the kind of emissions that spout from volcanoes are the same kind of emissions that come, or the similarities between the emissions that you get from cars and fuel. Okay, and I've got a point to this because it's actually been proven that some of these solar flares that are happening, the reason why the Earth is just heating up and not actually being 100% affected by these solar flares is because of those emissions. When volcanoes erupt and spout ash, it puts a layer around the atmosphere that protects the Earth from solar flares. Okay, so by having cars and fuel emissions go into the atmosphere, it's actually protecting us, because if the Earth, if a solar flare got through that layer, we'd all be dead. And that's the funniest thing about it. So I can promise you now, any BS about global warming, you need to take it with a pinch of salt and realise that it's a money-making machine for the elite. There really is nothing more to it than that. They cottoned onto it and thought, you know what? We can get people, we can tax people for this. We can, you know, that's pretty much what car tax is, what road tax is. You know, it's tax on the emissions from a car that's actually saving your life. That's actually saving mankind. So, you know, the whole thing is just fucking crazy, and it's just a money-making machine. That's all it is, by the elite. And just FYI, just letting you know. And trust me, I've had this conversation with Angela, and I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. This shit's been going on for millions and millions of years. Absolutely millions of years. In fact, it's very easy to research. That's how I first sort of cottoned onto it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I always had it's sort of an intuitive inkling that the whole global warming scheme was bullshit. And I'm like, Angela, you know, what's this? And, you know, she started banging on about solar flares. So actually, you know, but it didn't make much sense. I don't know, must have been an off day, but I actually went and researched it, and she wasn't fucking wrong. She wasn't wrong. You guys can do the exact same thing and research it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, anyway, catch up with who's joined. Hey, Lulu. Hey, Jellybean. Hey, PM. Punya, wow. That's like mildly relieving and so bizarre. But there is a lot of junk in the oceans, though. That can't be good. No, it's actually not good for aquatic life at all. Let's be honest. That was never going to be good for aquatic life. That I do believe in. I do think there should be less plastics. most definitely, or at least more recycling going on than there is. You know, but I mean, even with that, even with the recycling side of things, and even I don't have the answer for this. I have the question, but I don't have the answer. Recycling on plastics has been going on now for at least the last 10 years. Okay. You know, I don't know about anywhere else, but here in the UK, they put a tax on plastic bags. You have to pay 5p per plastic bag in your shops, in your supermarkets. Okay, so again, it was a money-making sort of farce. But I do think there is an issue with plastics. I just don't think it's being dealt with. Again, I think the whole plastic tax was a money-making farce because, hear me out. If the recycling that's been going on for the last 10 years actually worked and was efficient, why is there still, to this day, and you can look this up, mounds and mounds and mounds of plastic that sits there for years on end, doing nothing, and new plastic being fed into the system? Do you see what I mean? I've got the question, I don't have the answer. And there's actually, from what I can see and what I can gather, not much recycling going on. They're gathering it all and it's just sitting there. It's not being used efficiently enough. Put it this, with the amount that we recycle, for example, this can work out with people as well, right? Okay, so for example, say me as a household, I have, in my weekly shop, a certain amount of plastic, okay, and it gets recycled. And I buy the same amount of plastic every week, like many households do throughout the world, right? We don't tend to mess around with the shopping too much. We always tend to stick to the same thing statistically anyway. By rights and definition, and all common sense would have it, the plastic that we're getting rid of is fed back through the system and then we're buying it back. So why on earth is there still these mounds that have been sat there for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? Do you understand my point now? If what we're throwing out is presumed to be recycled, at some point what we're buying should be recycled goods. Now, a lot of stuff has got the recycle logo on it, but again, you pay a tax for that logo. It's all corrupt and money making. And where do you think a lot of this plastic ends up? Not from, don't get me wrong, a lot of people really are that dirty when they go to the beach. Don't get me wrong, they are, but there's that many bins on the beach, you know, though it hardly justifies it. The actual plastic that gets stuck in oceans, 9 times out of 10, is either from the recycling facilities themselves that can't shift the plastic fast enough. Yes, look it up. Or it's coming out through the fucking pipes and the sewerage systems into the ocean. I shit you fucking not. Look it up. Thank you, Angela, for that input. She just reminded me about the sewerage systems. So, you know what I mean? We're being taxed for nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're being taxed emissions on the fucking cars for nothing. Being taxed, fucking plastic tax for nothing. It's all this fucking gigantic money-making scheme, I'm telling you now. I haven't even hit my own personal Facebook about this shit yet, and I post a lot of shit. I haven't even hit on that touch subject yet. I'm gonna though. I'm gonna. I thought I'd share that with you guys first. Yes, I agree. Paper straws. Paper straws are not good in the slightest. So, right, let's get stuck in then. I've got 24 watching. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do this tarot quiz now. I was just getting a few bits off my chest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tarot quest. I'm going to do 4 tonight because I need to get some emails answered before I sort of settle down, and I might even sort of open an hour to do a couple of 30-minute readings if need be. But I'm going to do 4 of you tonight. So 4 lucky people are going to win a reading through the tarot quiz. And afterwards, I'll stick around for another 30 minutes because I've got more. If you want to hear some more of my views and theories on what's going on in the world that I've been finding out very fucking intuitively just lately, like I say, I've gone through this ascension and I shit you fucking not. It's been driving me crazy. If any of you are interested, stick around after I've finished. But let's get stuck into it. So what I'm going to do is pull a random card. I'm going to ask a random question about the card, okay? That can be anything from asking a question about a specific card or asking you about a meaning to do with a specific card. The way it works is first question, first person to get it right wins. Second question, second person to get it right wins. Third question, third person to get it right wins. Fourth question, fourth person to get it right wins. And that's how we're going to do it, okay? So let's do this. Let's do this. So I'm going to look for a random card now. Okay, yep, got one. This is about appearance of a card. The first question. Are you guys ready? Are we ready? We're ready. Here we go. Here we go. Cool, cool, cool. First question, the first person to get this right wins their freebie 1 question reading for today. And I will do it straight after. On the card, the 9 of Cups in the Rider-Waite, what is the colour of the tablecloth in the 9 of Cups? First person to get that one right wins. First person to get that right was Donna. It is indeed blue, girl. You won your first reading. Donna Hinnett. Do you want to ask me a question or would you like me to roll with it? All I need to know is your sun sign, my darling, and what you want me to do. The correct answer was blue. There it is. So I need to blow my nose again, you guys. Yeah, it's Turban's red card. Oh, sorry, you guys. I'm so bummed out. Oh, dear. Always bummed up just lately. Right. Donna, roll with it, Aquarius. Right, let's do this. Aquarius, Donna. What message do you have for Donna Hinnett? Aquarius, female Donna Hinnett. Donna Hinnett, Aquarius, female. What message do you have for Donna? Oh, what was that? Oh, where's my oracle cards? Here we go. Donna Hinnett. I'll hold these up to the camera in a minute, you guys. So strange. Donna. Can I just ask, are you connected to any of the signs associated with these 3 here? I've got Cancer with the Chariot, Gemini with the Lovers, or any other air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. with the King of Swords, and these were all reversed. Do any of those signs ring a bell to you? Yes, Gemini. Okay, we've got very, very strong Gemini here. Right, Donna. Have you been let down by a Gemini lately? That's all I'm seeing here. Major fucking letdown. All these cards are reversed, every single one. I think if you may have had a specific question regarding a Gemini, I would take the answer to be quite negative. To see all 5 in the reverse, if you did have a question that you were thinking and hoping it'd come out, I'd say the answer is quite negative. Hey, Lady Faye. But what I want to say to you, Donna, is all I'm seeing is a major fucking letdown with this person. And the thing is, I feel like it's an excuse. I feel like this is and you really did think this could be the one, didn't you? That's why I was sort of pulled the Oracle card and I was like, fuck, this is really confusing. It's because you thought he was the one. Or you wondered if he was. Is that what you're asking? Is this the one? In a roundabout way? Fuck me, Donna. Telling you there's no mistakes in the tarot. This looks like an excuse. Someone can't give you what you want from them. Don't get me wrong, they can't, but this just feels like an excuse. I feel like idleness attached to this Chariot. I really do feel some level of idleness, laziness. Like, I can't be bothered attitude. And the Two of Wands really is, you know, stuck. You've got 2 options. You could choose your freedom or you could choose to remain stuck. And here you're just remaining stuck. I think this is your excuse to get out or to release him, which is what I would do if I were you. So anyway, I hope that helps you moving forward, Donna. You know, that's how these things work, isn't it? The tarot does tend to pick up what's on your mind for some people. I suppose it depends how open you are. It does help to meditate before these things, I must admit. Not just for me, for you guys as well, before you come to Monday Funday. Right, anyway, yeah, loves and hugs to you, Donna. I mean, I know you're a newbie. I've never seen you on my live feed before, but come back next week. We're chatting stuff new every week. I hope that reading helped you out, my sweetheart. Anywho, on that note, let's move on to the second question. So don't forget, you guys, second question. This is the second person to get it right wins the reading. You're welcome, Donna. So second person to get this right wins the reading. I'm just going to sort of Ponya, we're a K-fam here. K-fam-alam. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? The K-fam-alam group. Support group. Oh, dear. Okay, let me have a look. I'm going to look for... I say random card. It's really not. I'm looking for one that I'm drawn to. Actually, no, I'm going to do random card. Let's do this. So, yeah, not even I can see. Right, random card. We'll take that one. You can't see it, only I can. Let me ask a question about it. Oh, this is a doozy, what I was just drawn to that. And I've got to ask a question about it. This is a doozy. You have to have a good memory for this. This is okay, this is quite difficult, you guys. I'm just going to say it. On the card, the Queen of Swords, there is something of significance inscribed on the top half part of her chair. What is it? Second person to get this right wins. I say second person, not second answer. Second person to get this right wins. And there is... I've got to give it to Lady Faye. She put angel. And technically it is an angel. Technically it is. I was kind of hoping some of you might say cherub. Which is what it really is. But I will take angel. So yeah, Lady Faye, you got it. Lady Faye, I'll let you have that one, my darling. She was the second person to give a sort of... Did you see what I mean? Here. I'm not wrong. It is like an angel and you can sort of see the wings there. But my first sort of thought when I saw it was cherub. But a cherub is an angel, so I've got to give it. I've got to give it. Seems like you must have needed this reading, Lady Faye. You want to ask me a question or do you just want me to pass a message? Just remind me what your sign is, though. And I've read for you like numpty amount of times, but... God, I'm so bummed out. This is heat. I'm doing my flaming head on. Pass mag. What's that mean, Lady Faye? Pass mag. Sorry, you've I don't know what the fuck, so I don't know what to ask. Oh, you just want me to give you a message? Oh my God, so sorry. Seriously, I went brain dead then. I do apologise. Right, so let me pass you a message on, Lady Faye. Yeah. Sorry, it's me. I looked at it and I thought, what's that mean? What's that mean? Sorry, my bad. Ugh, gone. Yeah, brain dead. Good job I got my lovely subs to keep me on track. Oh, no problem with one. Welcome back. Hey, Leslie. Right then, Lady Faye. Sagittarius female. You guys know. Lady Faye. What message do we have to give to this lady? What messages have we got for this lady at the moment? I've got the Three of Cups. The Eight of Swords in the reverse. The Queen of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed. What's that sticking out like a sore thumb? The Sun. Oh, two there. Free yourself and unrequited love. Lady Faye, can I ask you a question? I've not read for you for months. But I think we can both agree that, you know, I kind of got to know you pretty well. I'm going to ask you a question and I really hope if I'm wrong, you don't take offence to it. It's either a literal friendship that I'm looking at, or it's a friendship that may have crossed a line. Does that ring any bells for you? Just let me know before I continue. If not, well, it's going to be one or the other, roughly. I'd say someone who felt quite safe around, who may have helped ease a lot of worries, but the actual sort of thing that was going on, actually, I've been alone mostly besides one night stands. Okay, could any of these one night stands have involved a friend that's maybe a little bit ignorant with you at the moment? Or is this just a friendship that's on the rocks at the moment? This is this, you know what I mean? If it's not happened, it's more than likely gonna. That's what I'm trying to say. If this hasn't already happened, it's more than likely gonna. This is like feeling really comfortable and safe with someone who you probably do consider a friend. I just see some sort of, because I've got the unrequited love card. MIA, what's MIA? Sorry, you guys, I'm not I'm not familiar with, like, you know, the letters and shit like that. I'm proper old school. Missing in action. Right, okay. So it's right, okay. So you're worried about a friend who's missing in action. I get it. We've had no communication, that's why. Yeah. Not being able to travel back. Okay, that's what this is then. A friend who gives you a lot of comfort, you give them a lot of comfort. This is very, very mutual. No there's a cut-off in communication. Clive, I can't be expected to know everything. I'm very, very sorry about that, Lady Faye. It's awful. The thing is, I've got the sun. You're going to hear either from them or what's happened to them. I'm not entirely sure at this point. My dad will be a shut up, Clive. Bloody hell. He probably would be, actually. You're not wrong. My dad's a high-ranking squaddy. Well, he was. He just retired this year. All right, army reference. You guys, I swear to God, I'm out of touch with this stuff. You're gonna know soon. You're gonna know soon. You are gonna know. You are gonna find out. You are gonna find out. The thing is, I've got the unrequited love card here, okay? It does say on the card there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep a relationship going. And I'm wondering if your friend is connected to your love life in the sense that you're too stressed out about external issues to be that concerned about your love life at the moment. And I'm wondering if it's unrequited love on your part as opposed to anyone else's, because you've got way more important things here to be dealing with. But then I've got the free yourself, and that does say it's time to take back control of your life. I think this is advice, sweetie. I think this is advice. I think this is to say, look, until, I don't want to say remain hopeful, but I don't want to say, you know, there's no, I don't, there genuinely is no need to think the worst at this part, but there's no need to, there's no, it does no good to be too hopeful either, because I think at this point it's uncertain. Not even Spirit's letting me push through that barrier. Usually I could pick up a card and know exactly what it's talking about, and I'm holding that Sun and I'm just thinking there is no other message than soon you're going to find out. It's positive though, it's in the upright, so it could be an indication to say, yeah, someone's coming home, but just off the top of my head and intuition, I suppose, it might not be without some sort of effect. I want to say physical effect, but again, I'm being pushed back. I'm sort of pushing towards it and I'm getting pushed back. You'll know in good time. And I think the best advice for you is, while the friendship's still there, try not to worry too much about what's going on at the moment. All in good time. At the minute, free yourself from the worry and the anxiety. You know, you've got your kids that keep you going. You've got your work that keep you going. I know that things are very dramatic at the moment. Love life's a bit chaotic at the moment, but I think that's probably a good thing, that you do remain a little bit closed off. I think the last thing you need at this point in time is drama in the love department. I just keep to what you're doing at the minute, but try not to worry too much at this point about your friend. So there's your message, Lady Faye. A little bit confusing for me, even that was. I just kept getting pushed back. It was weird. But yeah, sending you lots and lots of love and hugs, Lady Faye. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. So then, you guys, let's move on to... Sparking up a fag, I need to calm myself down now. Let's move on to question number 3. Numero 3. My Spanish accent's so shit. Right, let's do it again. Random card. I'm going to ask a question. I think we're going to do a meaning this time. Let's dish out a meaning and then... Oh, okay, I'm sure we've done this before. We have done this before. I'm going to pick a different one. Kind of want it to be something new each time. What's this one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, we'll do a meaning. We'll do a meaning card. I'll let you know the meaning. I'm trying to think, because each card's got like several different meanings. I'm trying to think of like the most harshest one for you lot and really test you. I'm that cruel. And don't forget, you guys, question 3, third person to get this right wins. I'm going to use keywords. Okay, let's get cryptic. Removing oneself from drama. That's all I'm going to say. I changed my mind. That's what I'm going to go with the meaning. What card is it? If I say to you, removing oneself from drama, what card have I got in front of me? The third person to get this right wins. Removing yourself from drama. What card have I got here? Or should I say dramatic situations? Keep going. Told you this is going to be a doozy. Actually, I thought this would have been a bit easier, if I'm honest. Now keep going. I need the third person to get this right. Up to press. I haven't even got a first person. It is, I'll give you a hint. It is not a major arcana. It is not a major arcana. And we have our winner. Okay, you guys, stop. So I did say, you know, even moderators can take part if they want to. Clive actually got the first one right. Punya got the second. And the third person who wins the reading is Danielle Howard. It was the Six of Swords. There you go, you guys. The Six of Swords. The reason why I said removing oneself from drama is basically that's what this card is to a T, really. You know, it's about getting out of rough water into calmer water. And when we say rough water, we mean turbulent times, dramatic situations, removing yourself from that. You're taking your valuables and your swords in the boat, you're getting out of that. You're just getting out of that, okay? And that's why I said what I said about the Six of Swords, okay? So anyway, Danielle Howard, let's take a look. What do you want, sweetie? Libra, roll with it. Cool. Right. Libra. Danielle Howard, Libra. Danielle Howard, Libra. Danielle Howard. Oh, okay. What we've got there? The Lovers. This one's reversed. Oops. Oh, bloody hell. Why is that fell on the fucking floor? And what was that? The Eight of Wands reversed. Is that Gemini ignoring you? Or are you ignoring him? Six of Swords reversed. Very dramatic. Four of Wands. You're a Gemini moon. Gotta hear the story. Forgiving and learning. Put quite simply, my sweetheart, this is about learning a very, very valuable lesson. The lesson is that you are extremely strong and stable and extremely wise enough to know when you're being led down the garden path. I'm hoping most of you know what that saying means. It's something we say here in the UK when we're being led on, when we're being fobbed off. I have got the Lovers here. I'm not completely satisfied this is to do with love. I think this is something else going on here, okay? And it's to do with blocked communication. I want to say block communication because you're being fobbed off. So this could have been a broken promise or anything. Just saying. And I feel like the Lovers really is choice between your heart and your head. Or should I say your heart and your sleeve and your head. That kind of thing. Yeah. This is more than likely going to be block communication because, you know, you've been led down the garden path. And like I say, the Lover's choice between heart and head, or heart and sleeve on head. I say heart and sleeve for a reason because, you know, the saying, wear your heart and sleeve, it basically means try to see the good in people. And sort of, you know, when they want to do something for you, or it's a, you know, like I say, here's what I'm seeing, a broken promise. You try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I just don't think that that's working at the moment. You're quite strong, you're quite stable, you sort of wise enough to sort of know when you're being fobbed off. And that's that blockage in place right there. But the thing is, the problem that I've got is the Six of Swords is reversed, and along with forgiving and learning. And I'm wondering if you are creating a blockage to yourself as well by not learning from this. A very bad trait of me that I hate, trying to see the good in people. Unfortunately, sweetheart, not everyone who smiles at you is your friend, and not everyone who says they love you actually do. I think this is more about taking this with you into the future so that the next person that entertains you sort of, you know, like I say, I'm not feeling love context with this. I'm sort of feeling more like milder than that. Could just be dating for future reference. I think this is more about knowing when you're talking to somebody who's a bit of a lying, manipulative so-and-so. So I feel about that. I think you do need to release the past as well. I mean, the card does read, and this goes in tandem with what we were talking about earlier. As you release and heal the past, you will experience more love in your present moments. There is something else going on with these cards. You're going to have to excuse me for a minute. There's something else here. Why the fuck am I seeing the Four of Wands? You planning on moving? You planning on moving? Yes, okay, that's what that is. It's all right, I'm looking at Four of Wands and I'm thinking, what the fuck is that there for? It's going to go well. It's going to go well. In other words, I think it's trying to say to you, if you've blocked people or there is a blockage in place, whether it's your fault or not, or whether it's your doing or not, it's for the best because you've got more pressing matters to be concerned with. I think that's basically what that's trying to say to you, Danielle. Oh, what do you know? Good luck with that. Not that you'll need it, because to me it looks quite positive. So, you know what I mean? Yes, thank you. I've been wondering if it will go good. Yeah, it looks like it will. I'd say that's a good omen. So, yeah, nice one, Danielle. Right, let's move on to number 4. Cuatro. So, I mean, my Spanish accent is shit. Right, then, let's move on to number 4. Random, pull a random card, and the okay. 4th person to get this right wins the last reading of the evening. But again, bear in mind, I can stick around for, I'd say, another 20 minutes at a push to chat some more shit to you guys if you want to hear it. Lots of crazy shit's been coming into the forefront just lately, and it's been driving me nuts. I'd love to get your input on what I've been finding out lately. So, got the card in front of me. I'm gonna again, cryptic meaning, not being able to see where you're going. What card have I got in front of me if I say not being able to see where you're going? What card have I got in front of me? 4th person to get this right wins the reading. The 4th person to get this right wins the reading. For say, not being able to see where you're going. What card have I got in front of me? Up to press, I've not got a right answer yet. Keep going. Remember, the cards have got many different meanings. This is a more literal meaning. That's the biggest hint you're going to get off me. Not being able to see where you're going. Literally. What card have I got in front of me? If I'm doing a reading and I say to someone, either you or they can't see where they're going, what card's in front of me? Again, I'm going to eliminate major arcanas. It is not a major arcana. Come on, fourth person to get this next one right wins. To say, not being able to see where you're going, not being able to see where you're going. What card have I got in front of me? I'm looking at it, so I swear to God. You know, when the right answer comes out, you guys are going to kick yourselves laughing. It is not major arcana. Okay, let's make this a bit easier. It is not a sword. Remove the swords. Come on, you guys. Come on. It's not a major arcana and it's not a sword. I need the fourth right answer. Fourth person to get this right. Up to press, I've got one right answer. I need to see the fourth right answer to win this. Trying harder, you fucking did it. Oh my God. Right, listen, you guys. It is the 10 of Wands. Trying harder got that one. Do you see what I mean now? I bet you're kicking yourselves now, aren't you? Now, listen. Susanna got it right in the first place, so I think we should definitely give kudos to Susanna. She was the first person to get it right. But as this has worked out, you guys know my rules with these readings. I stated the fourth person to get this right would win the reading. That is trying harder. Trying harder. Sun sign, do you want a message or do you want to ask me a question? Told you that was going to be a bit of a in your face, doozy. Ataya, sweetheart, you can pay for a reading. If you email me, I'm sure Clive would be kind enough to post my email address. If you email me, we can get you booked in. I actually have space in about an hour to fit you in. Thank you, Clive. There you go, Ataya. Clive's just posted my email. If you want to email that, I'll know you are and we'll talk in a moment. No problem. Right then. So, trying harder. Champion. Way to go, Susanna. Aries and love message. Okay. Right. Trying harder. Aries. Champion. All that. Champion. I can't, you know, every time I like read the word champion, I always sort of want to do it in like a Nuki accent. You're like, champion. The Newcastle accent. I think that was brilliant. Right. Aries, trying harder. What love messages do you have? Oh, what was that? Star. Okay, if you are wishing for something to happen with a certain someone, that's a really good fucking omen. Two of Wands in the reverse. You're a little bit stuck, aren't you? High Priestess in the reverse, about it coming out in the open. But if it does, look what you've got to look forward to. You're afraid to speak your mind to this guy. You're worried in case he sort of... You're worried. You know you fall easily. You know you fall easily. Heart-to-heart conversations. One more for trying harder. Separation. Not always any kind of breakup, right? It just says time apart from a partner's on the horizon. I think you're separating yourself from him for sort of fear of the unknown, I suppose, fear of rejection. Contact has been made, which is good. This is sort of like storyline path that I'm seeing in front of me. Bottom line, seriously, trying harder. Do me a favour, right? Do me and yourself a huge favour. Do not hold back from this guy. Do not hold back from this guy. If any separation takes place, it'll be because of you and your own damn fizz getting in the way. And I've got the Hangman, and I can't help but think this is more to do with persecution for thoughts, fear of saying what's in your mind. Do you see the light around this guy's head? That really is screaming at me. Fear of speaking your mind, speaking your feelings. What's coming out of all this, though, is something really nice. And at a point where you should be really, really hopeful, you kind of... Whoa, I don't say. Read the card on the heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. If he doesn't know, how can he let you know where you stand? Don't get me wrong, I do not like the idea of rushing anything, so I would like to hope that you would be a bit responsible with this and actually enjoy a dating period where you can truly get to know each other, but at the same time, make sure that he knows you are open to progression. And I kind of want to say, you keeping yourself stuck is not going to help a relationship manifest, hence why it's came out with the High Priestess, because it's something that you're not seeing, it's something that you're missing, it's something that's it's yet to be, well, don't get me wrong, the High Priestess in the reverse is sort of, in the upright is yet to be revealed, but when it's in the reverse, it's sort of saying it will be revealed. That's the thing. Soon. So, you know, it's your daughter's dad. So you already know him well enough as it is then. Go tell the dude you still love him and get back together, because it's fucking inevitable. It's going to happen anyway. There's probably more understanding of the separation card then. There is separation. There has been separation there, but you need a heart-to-heart conversation about how you really, really feel about each other. And until that takes place, you just self-sabotaging. And if you don't know how you're feeling, what's he supposed to do about it? I'm pretty sure he won't have a magic crystal ball in his possession. Let's be straight. But yeah, get to know him all over again. You guys probably have changed in the time that you've spent apart. There's probably new things that you need to let each other know about, you know what I mean? But in all fairness, the Star is the wish card. It's the great omen for getting what you really want. So there you go. No problem, sweetheart. Right, that's the end of the tarot readings. Like I say, if anybody wants to hook up one of these personal readings, these times that I've got for in about an hour, then make sure you email me. Clive did post my email not so long ago. Also, I'm going to be I'm babysitting my nieces and nephews for the best part of tomorrow. And then I'm free in the evening, which I'm going to get a chunk of the September monthlies done and out the way tomorrow evening. So, you know, if you're in any sort of a hurry for a reading, I'd inquire about that tonight and get booked up early, because obviously I've got limited space this week due to external things going on. But because I'm not going to be doing anything Wednesday evening, so you're literally looking at tonight, off the radar tomorrow evening. Wednesday evening, you're going to be lucky. It's if I have, I have. If I haven't, I haven't. Thursday, I've got about, I can fit 2 30-minute readings in on Thursday, and Friday, I'm filling up pretty fast for the weekend, which is nothing new. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, Miss Leo, I can squeeze you in this evening. I'll email you in a bit, but it'll literally be the 2 slots that I've got left for this evening. Literally going to be first come, first serve. But what I will do is, for anybody else that if you've inquired about tonight and you don't get it, what I will do is I'll offer you the option for a pre-recording. You just have to give me a few days to get it out to you, but you can book that tonight if you really want to. And I'll probably be able to get it over by the end of the week, no problem. Because the thing is, with I have to leave my evenings for live readings, because you guys are between 5 and 8 hours behind me, you know what I mean? So I have to leave my evenings open to read for you, but through the day I can usually get quite a lot of pre-recordings done. So if you're okay with having that, then I can do that, no problem. Anywho, moving on, you guys, moving on. Who wants to stick around and hear about all the fucking crazy shit I've been finding out this week? It's not nice, I'm just warning. And like, I'm not even going to rabbit on about this for too long, because this shit is fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. Right. And it's political stuff, I'm not even going to lie. So if you're not interested, leave now. But something crazy is going on. Absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to come out right and say it, because it's been bothering me. And the reason why it's been bothering me is because it's happening on everybody's fucking doorstep. Everybody knows someone who's been affected by what I'm going to be talking about in a moment. And it's having children of my own, let's just put it like that. Right up my fucking nose. Right. And everything's fucking connected. I'm talking about child grooming gangs. Let's put to one side immigration being the cause of that for one moment, because I think it goes deeper than that. And the shit I've been finding out this week has been unfucking real, and yet it's everywhere. Even though it's not in mainstream media, the true extent of it, it's still not hard to get to the bottom of what's going on. And I'm shocked. Oh, I'm not surprised. I am shocked, but I'm not surprised, if that makes sense. If I said to you, that the child grooming cases go right to the top, would you think I was being dramatic? I actually want to know, would you think I was being dramatic if I said it goes right to the top? And I don't mean. Would you think I was being dramatic? Because it does. It goes right to the top. I shit you not. I shit you not. I watched a video on YouTube, and it's dead easy to find this video, and the penny dropped so fucking fast and thick, it scared the shit out of me. It was, and the problem is, it was an American woman talking about her experience, but this isn't just in America. This is in the UK. This is all over the world. Okay? and it's regarding child sex trafficking. The more people are aware about this, the better, because they need to be, because this shit's hitting the fan by December. Put it like that. I read an article. Well, it weren't an article. It was a very fucking cryptic message from this thing called QAnon, and somehow connected to the Republican Party, but it involves Britain, and that's what spiked my interest. And it was a very fucking cryptic message talking about, basically, it was, let's put politics left and right to one side for a minute. I've got a valid point. This QAnon goes basically letting people know that the swamp is being drained, and that by the time the swamp's drained, a shitload of children who have been trafficked for sex, slavery, are going to be released. And I thought, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the hell? As the deep state swamp being drained and child sex slavery what? How can you link that? So I got curious and I started looking it up. My fucking God. Then I came across Kathy O'Brien. I'm pretty sure some of you know who that woman is. Kathy O'Brien. She was a victim of incestuous sexual abuse since she was a child, and the government picked her up and started experimenting with her. And this was sort of like quite some time back. I think it was probably like, I don't know, was it 80s? Was it in the 80s? Something like that. Or early 90s. Anywho, it's all connected. It's all connected. This YouTube video that I watched was basically this woman, and she said, this is where the penny dropped. I think her name was Jennifer or something like that. And she rang in this radio talk show and sort of said that she was trafficked as a child. And the stuff she came out with, I thought, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. She's told the radio host, this was a phone call to the radio host. She told him that, and this is on YouTube, you can go look it up for yourself. She told him that when she was about 7 or 8 years old, she was already in the child sex slavery ring. And she remembers that a man, was dressed in a suit. He was quite smart and stuff. She says she knew, obviously, that he was an important man. She didn't give any names though. Bear in mind, she was 7, 8 years old at the time. He got dragged into a room with a bag over his head, right? So even though she wasn't aware of exactly who he was, she knew that he was... Basically, what she was saying is they're all high profile. They're all some sort of high-ranking, either politician or business person. And this guy was dragged in front of her and a few other child sex slaves. And this is disgusting. This ring basically said to this guy, you are either gonna have sex with a child while we film it, or we're gonna murder you and your family. They were blackmailing him into pulling him over to their side to do what they wanted him to do with his position, power, contacts. And this thing goes right to the top. For example, ex-President Gerald Ford, there's a segment on him, okay, that he, before he became the unelected president, he was a governor of North or South Carolina. I can't remember where it was, where they said, but he was a governor of some state, and he was protecting child sex traffickers. He was protecting them. And then he sort of became president, and he was pretty much the guy that ended up endorsing this whole experiment with these kids because they've been so traumatized they could be easily manipulated and controlled. And it was the CIA were involved in this shit and everything. Well, that's the conspiracy, at least. The only problem with it being a conspiracy is that it's not. I'm sorry, it's not a conspiracy. It's not. And this goes right to the top. Do you know Gerald Ford? It's well known what the fucking creep was up to. He's well known as a pedophile all over the fucking internet, all over the US. And if you don't know about it, you do now. Go look it up. Well, listen to this. Listen to this. Guess who was in, before he died, his ring of elitist, powerful friends. Guess who? George H.W. Bush and George Bush. Bill and Hillary Clinton. The Queen of England. I shit you fucking not. I swear to God. Richard Nixon. Yeah. It ain't hard to find. And the reason why they're experimenting with children like that is because they figured out that, and this ain't just kids, it's anyone, people who have been taught enough, yeah, develop certain syndromes that make them vulnerable and susceptible to being brainwashed. So what the fuck do you think they're doing now? Only problem is they're using the mainstream media to do it, which means you'll read articles on normalizing pedophilia. You'll read articles on sympathizing with child grooming gangs, sympathizing with immigrants that are illegal. We're not talking about the legal ones that actually got in fair and square and paid the taxes. We're talking about illegal ones and economic migrants. I want to use that term very, very bluntly. Economic migrants. There are such things as economic migrants that come in just to drain your system. You know, health tourists and shit like that. You guys might not get that so much in the US because you have to have health insurance to get your healthcare. Here in the UK, you don't. Anybody can just walk in from abroad and, you know, get the surgery or, you know, use the child birthing facilities and stuff like that. A lot of people from poorer countries tend to come here to give birth to their kids. You know what I mean? Now, it wouldn't be as bad as if they then took their, you know, got the healthcare, took the kids home, but they don't stay here for the child benefit and child tax credit. So again, they're economic migrants. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there, really, because my point is, this is why all this kind of shit is being normalized. Why? This is why it's being normalized. I mean, the amount of fucking articles I've read in mainstream newspapers that are suggesting we sympathise with pedophiles is unreal. I think that's where I draw the line. And I think that it might be the elite's way of testing us to see if we're receptive enough to it or not. Luckily, no one's receptive to it. And if they are, they've got a fucking screw loose. But my point is, who owns the mainstream media? And when I say mainstream media, it's another thing I found. This thing is so fucked up, it's unreal. And there's a connection to everything. And I'm not wrong. That's the thing. In time, it doesn't matter if you're left or right, blue or red, black or white. It doesn't matter what you are. It's coming out in the wash. Who owns the mainstream media? And by mainstream media, I mean who owns the papers, who owns BBC, ITV, Sky News, CNN, the worst ones, That's just personal opinion, though. I'll keep my personal opinions out of this. I'm going to stick to the facts. Yeah, who owns all these big, large companies? You can tie them back right to the top. So, usually, let's take the Telegraph, for example. You know, or any paper actually, it really doesn't matter, any paper. It'll go through a chain of different companies. Okay, so you'll have the initial, you know, paper itself and that you know, editorial company. Then it'll go up to the press holdings company, right? Then it'll go up to a limited company, yeah, and then it goes to the CEO. So it's like a 4-tiered sort of, you know, and under these CEOs will probably own about several different media companies and papers. Then trace the CEOs to organisational member groups. Do you know what the common denominator is that I found? They're all fucking Bilderberg members. I can promise you now, a certain, albeit over, he calls himself a journalist, but the thing is, I'm not even going to mention his name on my channel because I do think he's ridiculous, but he's not fucking wrong. A certain banned journalist and news channel wasn't wrong. Let's just put it like that. He wasn't wrong. And I fucking dislike the guy for everything he is. But I have to be fair in what I'm saying. He was not fucking wrong. They're all fucking Bilderberg members. All of them. Every single one of them. It's affiliated with fucking Bilderberg. Every single prime minister and president and ruler and dictator of a fucking country is connected to these fucking Bilderberg groups, and they're all globalists. They all want a one world totalitarian government where everyone abides by one set of laws and one set of this, one set. That's what they want. And the problem with that is it takes away your fucking identity and your sovereignty. And that's, oh, do you know Adolf Hitler was a fucking globalist who actually sort of started the trend of an NWO, New World Order? Adolf Hitler. And these fuckers are trying to doing it under the pretense of being liberal. Do you know Winston Churchill? Winston Churchill, one of the greatest fucking prime ministers this country's ever had, actually turned around and said, and this was true, and this was on record. You can YouTube this, right? You can YouTube this. Winston Churchill said, if fascism, yeah, ever shows its ugly face again in the future, it will come in the form of liberalism and anti-fascism. Did you fucking know Winston Churchill said that in 1946 or 47? Shit, you fucking not. So I'm not being funny. But when people start fucking bashing the right, I'm neither right nor left. I try and stay as neutral as possible. It's kind of hard at the moment, I'm not going to lie. I keep seeing this stuff and it's not fucking wrong. If this stuff was fake, right, it begs the question, if this stuff was fake, yeah, would you not think that the mainstream media would be all over it? Do you not think there would be truth-busting columns constantly instead of insult columns? Now, think about this logically, yeah? Whenever conspiracy theorists have come out of the woodwork and they've been proven to be wrong, it's because of mainstream media. Certain investigative journalists, that's what it's called, it's investigative journalism. When there's a theory and it needs proving wrong, especially if it's harmful to people in power, what they do is they do investigative journalism, so they get to the root of the problem and they actually explain point by point with facts and evidence why that theory is not true. You're not seeing anything like that at the moment. All you're seeing is insults. You're seeing insults being thrown out. You're seeing labels, tags, insults without real argument, debate, or evidence. That should scream warning signs at you lot straight away. Do you see what I mean? This shit's fucked up. Absolutely. Let me see what some of you have been commenting. Because this has been freaking me the fuck out, you know, especially because I've got Angela right here saying, it's okay. That's what it is. Some of it dramatic, and she's agreed, you know, that's a little bit over-dramatized, but it's still to the point. Some guy here in Canada was talking about how marrying a 9 is okay because it's okay to do in other countries. Well, that, especially if it's down to a certain religion, that might answer that question. Cindy, history sheds a light. Yeah, hiding it because you're deaf to them. Miss Leo, oh, I love you 10 times more. I knew I you for a reason. I can give you fucking info that I'm reading and actually do my own fucking little point on it. And, you know, if it feels right, if it sounds right, if I'm getting confirmation from the fucking guides, of course I'm going to fucking, no, I'm wrong. You should always make your own mind up, your own opinion. Don't forget, when it comes to anything to do with spiritualism, and there is an element of spiritualism in this because you have to have your intuition and you've got instincts, and you also have to bear in mind, you are not a fucking robot, you are not a drone, you do have a mind of your own. You can research this stuff without getting angry and actually look at it from a fact-based point of view. The whole point is, would you jump off a bridge if the mainstream media told you to? Of course you fucking wouldn't. There just needs to be a bit more logic and less insults. And, you know, I hate the fact that the term Islamophobia is being thrown around at the moment because a lot of people, including the left seem to think they're defending all Muslims. The right at the minute seem to think that they are against all Muslims under Islam. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because if you're going to have an opinion on Islam and Muslims, you need to understand how it works. And I'm going to tell you why. There are 3 sects to Muslims who worship Islam. There are 3 sects to it. Sectors, should I say. There are Shia Muslims, there are Shiite Muslims, and then there are Wahhabist Muslims. Now, the difference is, you know, a Shia and a Sunni Muslim, yeah, from a Wahhabist Muslim. You want to find out where the burqas come from? Go research Wahhabism. The penny might drop. Seriously, the penny will drop. And when I say, like I said to you guys last week, my GP who's running my care for the B12 problem and the neuropathy problem at the moment is an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful Muslim lady. She's happy to sit with a hijab on, and you know what? And I tell her, I says, you're a beautiful person. Thank you so much for helping me out. And she genuinely cared about me and my health. She's the first person in years to actually say, this is the problem, this is how we're going to deal with it. Now let's get this done. I've had this problem for years, and she completely increased my faith in Muslims, and I'm not even going to hide that. Like I said to you before, there are 3 sectors of Muslims. The Sunni and the Shiites, you probably find you won't have much of an issue with. A lot of the Shiites immigrated in the 70s. They set up businesses, they were contributing to your economy. You know, Sunnis you tend to find come over because of, you know, war-torn conflict. Most Muslims come to your country because of war-torn conflict and stuff. But the infiltrators, yeah, the economic migrants and the terrorist migrants tend to be more Wahhabist, which is what ISIS is. But instead of the mainstream media coming out and explaining all this, they'd rather keep you guys at war with each other. Just saying. Just saying. The key is education. If you're going to have a fight, you know, a cause to fight, but you're not going to fully research it and understand it, you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're making yourself look like a fucking idiot. And then, you know, you complain why Muslims will start going, how fucking dare you say that about all of us? Or why are you defending all of us? So there is, you know, most Muslims are going to sit there and go, there is this set, the fucking Wahhabis, look, right there. They're the ones causing all this fucking trouble. But the mainstream media fucking ignore it because they're told to. The whole thing is so fucked up, it's unreal. Seriously. Absolutely. 100%. The whole thing's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with everything to do with Islam, you know, and it's mainly for the sheer fact that I think religion is a tool used to control people. I do. But that's my opinion, and I will, at the end of the day, I'm a spiritualist. If you've got a certain religion, I'll respect you to the end of the earth if you're showing me the same level of respect. We can openly criticise, we can be okay with each other, and we can get on and laugh about it and be fine. You know, but at the end of the day, that's just my opinion personally. That's my opinion personally. But I'm not going to be so ignorant as to bash every single one of them, because one small group, which tend to be Wahhabists, the fucking that extreme, it's off the fucking scale, and they're getting away with it, which is fucking stupid. But you know what I mean? It's a shame, because by not addressing that group as a whole, and it is the government and mainstream media's fault, by not addressing that group, of that sect of Wahhabist Muslims as a whole, by not addressing it, you know, they're just as guilty of tarring all of the Muslims with the same brush as well. So if anything, the sooner the right and left can band together and realise what the fucking elitists are doing and stand, you know, this is what's happening in Germany. Don't get me wrong. And it's happening in the US as well. What on earth do you think the hashtag walk away is trending for at the moment? It's because a lot of leftists are sick of fighting the right over a problem that they should all be fighting together, not against each other. That's what the hashtag walk away is about. And if you actually have a look, you'll realise that for yourself. You know, that's my info there and my opinion on it. And unfortunately, there's a bit of a hashtag walk away going on in the UK as well. I think the sooner the alt-right and the alt-left can actually just throw their swords down and be like normal people, like everyone else, and say, this isn't your fault, this isn't my fault, this is their fault, let's go fucking get them. The sooner people do that, the better. We'd actually have peace. A bit of conflict at first, but we'd have peace pretty quickly afterwards, put it like that. But yeah, that's my contribution for what's been going on. And my head has been so fucking mangled this week. It's been unfucking believable. Seriously. So yeah, Miss Leo, you're so my soul family, Kay. I'm every soul family. Catholic and Muslim. Yeah. Alex, nobody is really defending anyone. They're just all out for themselves. They're all out for themselves with insults. And it's ridiculous. You know. Miss Leo, be right back. Oh, there she is. She's back. Lulu, yes, I had a great experience with a Muslim doctor at Veterans Hospital. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that one that's been dealing with me in my case, she has gone to the end of, you know, the fucking earth to make sure I get the right treatment that I needed. And I'm on the mend now, you guys. I'm seeing her. Her name's Dr. Abdul, actually. She's lovely. I'm seeing her on the 10th of September for a 4-week review since I started the loading doses. And I've got a few very, very grateful, genuine thank yous to give that woman. Absolutely. Yeah, Miss Leo, have to go. Thanks for the conversation. Love you much. Yes, Miss Leo, if you've emailed me, I will reply shortly. I'm Wiccan spiritualist. I respect all religions there as long as they're not killing people. Yeah, I totally agree. Or if a group of Lebanese people was an eye-opener. Yeah, the Lebanese actually, majority Christian, actually. Trying hard, you look it. Thank you, Cindy. That's great to hear. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to shoot because I'm like some of these emails, as I said, I've got quite a few that I've got to sort through and get anybody's readings to them that needs them for tonight. So I love you and leave you. I was just putting my input in there because I think some people need to know the truth. And if they don't, it needs saying. It just needs to come out. It needs to come out. This big fucking battle needs to stop. Don't get me wrong, I've got my own, like, political opinions as far as the UK goes, but as far as globalist goes, I ain't no fucking globalist. And I think anybody that is needs to give their head a wobble. Absolutely. My eyes have been opened a lot lately, put it like that. Anyway, I'm off. I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye for now.